Arnab Goswami on The Debate.
And now, ladies and gentlemen, time for the nation's sharpest opinion. And I would like to begin by saying tonight that once again, extremely politely and with the greatest of humility, I would, with all my conviction, question what the Supreme Court of India has done today once again. I would like to question why the Supreme Court, while staying a Bombay High Court judgment, acquitting all the 12 convicts in the 7/11 Mumbai train blast case of 2006, also said that the released men, seen there so happy, celebrating, need not go back to jail. I do not understand this. These men have not been acquitted. Their acquittal has been stayed, which means that as of today, they continue to be convicts in the Mumbai train blast case. 189 people died. These are the men who are certainly more than in the arrow of suspicion. They have been convicted by a lower court, which means as of today, they have not been acquitted in a case in which 189 citizens of India died. They are therefore convicted in a case of terrorism. And today they are celebrating, happy, oh so happy to be with their families. But they know, all of these people celebrating, they know that 189 families were torn apart because of their actions. And I will continue to say this till they are acquitted. Because of their actions, 189 people allegedly lost their lives in 2006, and they are back. And the Supreme Court said today that while they are staying the acquittal, which means they remain convicts, for some strange reason, for some reason I don't understand, for some reason I disagree with the Supreme Court with, the Supreme Court says they will remain free. What kind of a country are we, ladies and gentlemen, where people who have not been acquitted and who therefore continue to be convicted in one of the biggest terrorist cases in our country are going to be sitting at home, watching TV, going to the mall, going to fancy restaurants, eating well, sleeping well, being with their families? If this is not special treatment, then what is? If this is not special treatment, then what is special treatment? I ask you viewers today, just let's add simple, rational thought to this. If in America, you had people convicted in 9/11 who'd been acquitted by one of the appellate courts, but whose acquittal was to be stayed by the Supreme Court of America, which means they remain convicted. They remain under investigation. They remain under trial, but they remain convicted. Would all the convicts not acquitted roam around shopping in Manhattan and celebrating their freedom? This country's constitution gives me absolute right to disagree. Not with the decision to stay the acquittal by the Supreme Court, but to disagree with the decision of the Supreme Court that the released men need not return to jail. This is a country where a common man gets stuck in jail for 50 years and is released when he turns 104. When it is said that the case never existed, his wife has died, his children have died, his life is over. And that's the man out there, ladies and gentlemen. He got stuck in jail for 50 years. When he came out, his life was almost over. Then the court says to him, you're so old, you're 104 years old, go away. But doesn't give him justice. And on the other, ladies and gentlemen, 189 people died in the 7/11 Mumbai train blast case. And while the acquittal of these people has been stayed, they're out there celebrating with their families, and they will not go back to jail. And then we say, we must be tough on terrorism. When the courts debate technicalities and evidence, terrorists don't, we must remember always. Yesterday in Gujarat, the Gujarat Anti-Terrorist Squad, just yesterday, arrested 4 men who are linked to the Al-Qaeda. There they are. So are we saying that terrorism is over in this country? And we are told that no, the people who are convicted in the 7/11 Mumbai train blast case will not go back to jail. If they won't go back to jail, who should? A petty thief? Or someone who's been wrongly accused in a minor case? But they should not go back to jail. Why? Why should they get special treatment? The nation wants to know. In Kashmir, 250 overground terror workers have been picked up in the aftermath of Operation Sindoor. Al-Qaeda operatives in our country are still recruiting online in Delhi, Ahmedabad, Noida. Can we, as a country, afford to send a message that botched probes are forgiven and forgotten? You see, these things make us extremely angry. And while these people celebrate, I ask you tonight, as a citizen of India to another, who speaks for the 189 people who died in the Mumbai train blast case? I respect the courts greatly, but with the greatest of respect, justice should not be seen to be done in a vacuum. And justice should be seen to be done. But if justice is seen to be done in a vacuum, it raises even more serious questions. And if nobody else, then Republic will question it. Let's debate.
Three days after the Bombay High Court acquitted 12 accused in the 2006 Mumbai train blast case, the Supreme Court heard the matter and decided to give a stay order. But with a catch. The 12 acquitted accused who have also been released will not be re-arrested.
Appearing for the Maharashtra government, Solicitor General Tushar Mehta argued in the Supreme Court that the state is not seeking to get the 12 acquitted men back to the jail. Instead, he raised concerns about certain legal findings in the Bombay High Court's acquittal order that could affect the future MCOCA trials. And he also argued that the Bombay High Court's order should not be treated as a precedent. Now, given that the argument was based on a question of law, taking note, the Supreme Court then decided to stay that particular part of the High Court's order and issued a notice on the main appeal.
The Maharashtra government, welcoming the ruling, said that it is significant that this judgment won't be treated as a precedent.
देखिए, इस बात का सेटिस्फैक्शन है कि सुप्रीम कोर्ट ने स्टे दिया है, क्योंकि लोअर कोर्ट का जो जजमेंट था उसमें सभी अपराधियों को सज़ा दी गई थी। हाई कोर्ट ने उनको बरी कर दिया, इसलिए महाराष्ट्र सरकार सुप्रीम कोर्ट आई थी और आज सुप्रीम कोर्ट ने उसके ऊपर स्टे लगाया है। मैं ऐसा मानता हूं कि ये बहुत सही कदम है।
However, questions are now being asked. If the ruling cannot be treated as a precedent, was there special approach taken in this case that led to the release of the 12 accused? In a nation torn by terror, where just yesterday Gujarat AQIS busted a terror module of Al-Qaeda, was there a soft approach in the 2006 Mumbai train blast case that led to the overturn of the judgment?
जो रेल ब्लास्ट में जिन लोगों की जान चली गई, उन्हें बहुत दुख होना बिल्कुल स्वाभाविक है, लेकिन बड़ी एक चौंकाने वाली बात है कि जिस सेशन कोर्ट ने 5 अभियुक्तों को फांसी की सजा दी थी, 7 अभियुक्तों को आजीवन कारावास की सजा दी थी, वो सभी सबूत मुंबई हाई कोर्ट ने ठुकरा दिए। इसका मतलब कुछ तो कमियां थी क्या नहीं, इसका संशोधन राज्य सरकार जरूर करेगी।
Questions are being raised on the probe itself under the then Congress governments. However, Congress MP Abhishek Manu Singhvi said we'll look at the quality of justice instead.
The pride we must feel in our country, in the most disgusting, horrible, terrible, condemnable event of such terrible deaths, ghastly deaths. Look at the trial and the quality of justice these people have got. Full trial at the first level and longer trial in the second level, and now no doubt the Supreme Court will go into it in detail. So it's not the right idea to talk about sub judice merits. The right idea is to think of how great our system is, that it gives you a fair crack of the whip.
Meanwhile, the AIMIM is questioning the Maharashtra government's appeal to begin with.
बीजेपी से और केंद्र सरकार से पूछना चाह रहे हैं कि कल अगर मालेगांव ब्लास्ट में और महाराष्ट्र सरकार से मालेगांव ब्लास्ट में अगर कल वो भी रिजर्व फॉर जजमेंट हो, मिसाल के तौर पर मान लिया जाए जो नहीं होना चाहिए, अगर कोर्ट डिसाइड करेगा कि वो एक्यूज्ड एक्विट हो गए तो अपील करेंगे आप?
19 years since the blast, the fight for justice continues. The only question that remains is, when will the victims get justice?
Okay. Atikur Rahman and Abdul Razak, you must be very happy with this verdict, because the convicts in the Mumbai train blast case will be staying at home watching serials and going to movie halls and going to malls. All life is normal. They'll celebrate their freedom.
What are you feeling? What are you feeling?
Arnabji, this is not the first time, right?
They'll be celebrating their freedom.
You know that this is not the first time,
You
right?
are questioning the Supreme Court. You want
Arnabji, this
justice
is
or
not the first
victimization?
time, right?
Both of you don't
do
speak
you mean?
together.
Failed
I have a
to
right to
establish-
disagree with the Supreme Court. Yeah. What are you saying, Atik? Stop. Tell me.
You need justice or you need victimization.
I need
You are
justice.
questioning the
I need
Supreme
justice
Court
or I
saying
need
that
what?
it should
What did
be
you say?
limited.
I want justice or I want what?
Victimization. Victimization.
Victimization. Okay, let me tell you one thing.
Victimization.
Let me say one thing to you. Suppose you carry out a murder and the court says that you're a murderer. Okay? Then you go to the High Court and the High Court says you're not a murderer. Then there's an appeal against you to the Supreme Court and the Supreme Court says, no, you are a murderer. But you will enjoy your time, despite being a murderer, despite your acquittal being stayed. You must go to the mall, watch TV, enjoy, have sweets, go to the airport, chill out, have a good time.
What for the rapists of Bilkis Bano doing? To him, Sinha's party was spreading sweets when they were on bail, not acquitted. Not acquitted, mind you. Bilkis Bano's rapists were...
But Bilkis Bano's rapists are back in jail. But Bilkis Bano's rapists are back in jail. They're not going to be having bread pakoras in a shop next to you.
They were garlanded.
Bilkis Bano's rapists are where they should be, in jail. Not walking in a mall, sipping black coffee.
BJP workers garlanded them.
I can't believe it, viewers. I cannot believe it. I want to ask Chirag Chauhan, who is a survivor of the Mumbai train blast. He's an activist. I want to ask you today, Chirag, good evening, that these pictures that you're seeing here of the people who are convicted and then acquitted, and then their acquittal stopped, right? You're taking the wrong pictures on the left. Thank you. When you see these pictures, Chirag, what comes to your mind? And now you know that their acquittal has been reversed, which means court is saying they are still convicts in the eyes of the law, but they should have a normal life. What do you think?
A bit disappointed with the judgment of the High Court, and also the stay was, it seems like, the Supreme Court has given some hopes, but I don't know how it will go. Even after 19 years, if we are not able to prove that, who are the real culprits, then the entire system needs to be questioned, right from the investigation till the judiciary. So I guess there should be a common accountability and someone should be held responsible. If after 19 years we say this 12 people have not done the bomb blast, then who did the bomb blast? And if this 12 people have done the bomb blast, then why they are not behind the bars yet? And why they have been released by the Supreme Court?
The point is the release. The point is the release. But
Exactly.
my question is also to Tuhin Sinha. Tuhin, the government has proposed, and I found this quite surprising, that the government told the bench that if your lordships feel that the judgment is stayed, it's good, but you can say that they don't need to come back to prison. Now you tell me, why is the BJP government of all governments, Tuhin, the BJP government is saying that the BJP government is saying the convicts can be sitting at home watching Netflix. Why?
Well, Arnab, first of all,
why are you taking? I thought your government, I thought BJP was strong against terrorism. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. The BJP came to power on a fundamental premise.
No, we are.
1 minute, please. Let me complete, please, Tuhin. The BJP came to power on a fundamental premise that terrorism must not be compromised with. Now the BJP is in power. Narendra Modi is the Prime Minister for the third time. And your government has gone to the Supreme Court and said that we have no problem if these convicts can sit at home and enjoy life. They don't need to go to jail. What kind of logic? Why is the BJP becoming soft?
Reiterate, with all responsibility, we continue to have a zero tolerance approach
that
towards terrorism.
That is a stated position. You tell me why in this case, why did the government say that the convicts need not come back to prison?
The first, let me remind you over here that the first conviction through a Mocha court happened only on 30th September 2015 after a BJP government had come in Maharashtra. So these people were dragging their feet from 2006 to 2014. Now coming to, what happened in Supreme Court, I am sure, the legal advisors of the government have taken a stand on which I cannot comment. But yes, we were extremely disappointed with the ruling of the
one minute.
Mumbai High
Let me ask you this. Tuhin, allow me please, and let me ask this. Tuhin, let me remind you about, how historically strong my views on terrorism have been. And I believe that I have every right to say that I am extremely disappointed. And I am perhaps the only person who can tell you this straight on your face today. That I am extremely, unbelievably disappointed that the government of India, the central government, is saying in the Supreme Court that we have... Sir, please allow me. That you are going...
Don't you have faith in the judiciary?
What are you saying?
Don't you have faith in the judiciary?
1 minute.
Why are you disappointed?
Because I am disappointed. You will decide whether I am disappointed. If I open the lines, people will know whether they are... Okay, people, open the lines.
The judiciary.
Viewers, open the lines.
Of the judiciary.
Mr. Razak,
decision is being
Mr. Razak, I am an unconventional kind of guy. Let me tell you, I am an unconventional person. I know my democratic limits and I have every right as a citizen of India and as a prominent television anchor and editor in this country to completely disagree both with the government and the Supreme Court. And there will be very few people in this country who will come on a 9 o'clock program and say, I am disappointed by the Supreme Court, but I am also disappointed by the central government. You should be happy that there are some people in this country like me who can say clearly that the Supreme Court, in my view, is wrong and the central government is wrong. Name one more person who will say that.
Sir, give me just 1 minute. Will you please? Just 1 minute.
You talk for 2 minutes, but put your finger down. Don't speak to me with your finger up.
West Bakery case, Delhi blast case, Simi activists of Madhya Pradesh case, Malegaon blast case, Mecca Masjid blast case, Ajmer Dargah blast case, 2002 Hyderabad Task Force Office blast case, Delhi serial blast case, Parliament attack case, 2008 Ahmedabad serial blast case, Jaipur blast case, Ghatkopar
Can I
blast
make
case,
a point over here,
Hyderabad,
Arnab, please?
Saidabad blast case, Coimbatore blast case. In all these cases, people were acquitted for lack of evidence. It is only because the agencies wanted to prove
Arnab,
that they
can I
have
make a
brought
point
justice.
over here, please?
When they failed to actually give some kind
Arnab,
of evidence
in
in front of court.
2006,
This is not the first
2006
time.
by November,
Start
which is
shouting.
which
Start
by
shouting. I'm
November
not saying
2006.
Stop shouting.
Arnab, can I make an important point, please? By November 2006, all of these convicts had been arrested, but the UPA failed to build a watertight
I
case.
don't want to
and like
talk
I've
about
just reminded
UPA.
you,
I don't want to talk about UPA.
The case did not move.
Tuhin, there is only one
The case did not
point.
move. No, so
Tuhin,
even
there is
in
only one
Mocha,
point.
even the Mocha conviction happened only after we expedited the case. Even the Mocha conviction had happened only after we had expedited the case. Yes, we are disappointed by the High Court ruling, but we will take it up, and we are taking it up in the Supreme Court. Our stand should not be questioned. There were many.
I am unequivocal in my view on certain issues. Razak, can you just 1 minute? I want to tell something to Tuhin, this is important. Tuhin, let me say to you today that I feel terrible about what the government is allowing. I'll tell you two things, both debate 1 and debate 2 at 9 to 10 today. I cannot believe that the government of India will allow the BCCI to play cricket with Pakistan in the Asia Cup. And I think people's blood will boil. I am saying this tonight. If you allow this, and you cannot get away saying BCCI is a private body, you must stop. The government of India, the central government, the Modi government must stop the Indian cricket team from being forced to play with Pakistan in Dubai or wherever for the Asia Cup. Second reason I'm very angry today is that the government of India says it has no problems if the convicts of the Mumbai train blast case remain at home and not go to jail. The Supreme Court, even the Supreme Court says that in principle the acquittal of the 12 accused in the Bombay High Court judgment under the Mokoka and terrorism charges cannot be treated as precedent, which means the Supreme Court thinks that this case cannot be treated as a model case for argument, which means this is unfortunately a special or soft interpretation in this case. That means it cannot become precedent prima facie. And I'm saying to you tonight, Tuhin, why is this government going soft? You go soft a wee bit. You ask Chirag how he feels. You ask me how I feel. I feel strongly about it. I feel strongly against what the Supreme Court has done today, and I feel strongly against the position of the central government on the matter.
Particular point.
Real culprits were not arrested.
My question was to Tuhin.
On the particular point of allowing the release, I have said, you know, the legal advisors of the government would be able to answer
but why
this.
it is
but
your
on
government?
all other points, there is not a single occasion where the
why
government
Chirag
has let up.
Open the
there
lines,
has been
gentlemen.
Absolutely no let up.
Live. Take the calls live.
There has been absolutely
Viewers,
no
you must speak up on
zero
this.
tolerance attitude to
No, zero tolerance I want to see in effect. I do not want to see zero tolerance in promise. Let me tell you one thing, Tuhin, my viewers know me. I have fought so hard. I have fought hard from 2006. I was in Mumbai when this happened. 19 years, Tuhin, longer than you have been in politics. I have fought hard against terrorism and its sponsors in this country. And I feel terrible today. I feel terrible today. I feel terrible. I feel terrible that you are saying that these people can be at home. Why are they going to be at home? If the Supreme Court acquits them, let them be at home. But if the Supreme Court has not acquitted them, they should be in jail.
I absolutely share your sentiments, Arnab. Can you hear me out, please? I absolutely share your sentiments.
And you're also going to allow the BCCI to play cricket with the Pakistanis. You're going to, after a few days after the martyrs of Pahalgam, their blood has not died, and you're going to allow the Indian cricket team to play with Pakistan, where we are going to be put in one round so that Pakistan and India matches can get higher advertising, and on the basis of that money can be made. You must stop this Asia Cup from being a situation where we play cricket with Pakistan. We are not going to play cricket with Pakistan. We must
all of
not be
those
allowed to
terror
play
cases
cricket
that you
with
are talking
Pakistan.
about, that is not something I'm talking about.
I'm talking about it.
No, that is a different issue. You can take it.
I'm
up with
talking
other
about
commentators.
it.
My
I am
point over
talking
here
about
is
it.
that,
I am screaming about it. I'm angry about it,
with
Tuhin.
people who are talking about it. My point to
I'm
over
angry.
here,
Why are these
limited
convicts going to be
point on
sitting
the
at
terror
home?
Attacks. My limited point, if you allow me to complete, my limited point on the terror attacks which were taking place in 2006, 2008, you would also admit that in
I don't want to talk about 2006. You are in power. This is 2025.
So the conviction, there is a process being followed. Please
the process does not mandate for them to be sitting at home. The process mandates you. The process mandates for them to be in jail. If they were to be treated as ordinary citizens, why are they not being treated as ordinary citizens?
Arnab, come on, you know how
come on, I know. You went to the court. You went to the court. You went to the court, Tuhin. You went to the court and you said, I have no problem if they stay at home.
Investigation in the early stages. If there is a botch-up in investigation in the early stages, it
you said in court.
We have tried everything to correct that.
Did you say in court that I have no problem if they stay at home? I have a problem if they stay at home. Republic viewers have a problem if they stay at home. Members of the Nationalist Collective have a problem if they stay at home. Why should they stay at home? Call me an ultra right-winger if you want to.
Why are you questioning me on this?
Because you're from the BJP. It's the central government which took this position in court. Who should I ask?
No, I have asked you to speak to the legal minds. I'm on the issue. You know, you need to jog your memory back to 2006.
My memory is jogged, exercised, and is on a marathon 24/7.
Had it not been due to the efforts of our government, even the Mocha conviction of 2015 would have been difficult. That was the kind of investigation which UP had carried on. We had ensured that
lines are open. I'm taking Shruti from Mumbai on the line, please. Shruti, what do you think?
First 8 years were wasted.
I'll take a couple of reactions. I'm so angry about this tonight. Shruti from Mumbai.
Good evening, sir.
What do you think?
This is a case which should have been solved here.
Sir, my very close relative and immediate family member was a victim in this blast. He was in the first class compartment and he lost 80% of his hearing ability. This democracy is this Viksit Bharat. A normal life for those terrorists who have shaken the normal life of 189 families.
Yeah.
Our trust has eroded, not in the judiciary alone, but in the government. BJP has been in power for over 10 years now, and yet I don't see a single change in the judiciary. Don't just say zero tolerance for terrorism in your political rallies. Show it in your damn actions. We have had enough.
Thank you, Shruti. I feel very strongly too, as you know. Harish Prabhu from Mumbai, a lot of callers from Mumbai tonight. Thank you for watching tonight. Harish ji.
Yeah, today I feel like hanging my head in shame, because of the fact that as an Indian, there's is really, a matter of shame. The reason I'm telling you is that, not my relative, but my colleague who is a senior banker who actually from Churchgate to Goregaon, when he went, there were shrapnels and he died, and we have been scurrying for 2 days to find him in a hospital, and he died in my hands. And believe me, all the people who are on the panel, including Mr. Atik and all, should be, ashamed of the fact that a fellow Mumbaiite has gone and a fellow Indian has gone. These are premeditated.
No, but the government is saying it's okay if they stay at home, Harish. I can't believe.
No, so the government is completely wrong.
Harish, please accept my sincere sympathies.
He doesn't need your sympathies. He doesn't need your sympathies. He's telling you that this is not justice.
The CDRs were destroyed not by these people. The CDRs were destroyed by the investigating agency.
Okay, we have Kuldeep Singh from Mumbai. Kuldeep Singh, quickly, please. Kuldeep, what do you think?
Hi, Arnab.
Hi, Kuldeep.
Like you said, you are unconventional. I am also very, very unconventional. I was just narrating the whole incident to my 18-year-old daughter. What I went through reaching from Juhu all the way down to, VT. That said, and everybody knows what happened. But I want to tell Mr. Tuhin Sinha, and through Mr. Tuhin Sinha, I want to tell our beloved PM, Mr. Modi, that this is unacceptable, unpardonable. The judiciary, the way they have taken this decision is pathetic.
But also on the recommendation of the government, Kuldeep.
Yes,
this is the government's recommendation that they need not go to jail.
Sinha, you and the government, you have let me down. You have let all those supporters who have stood with you, who have voted you. Okay, you have let us down. And let me tell you, you will lose voters like us in the near future if you don't change your stand. You are going too soft on the terror.
And now we are told there'll be cricket with Pakistan in Asia Cup, and government will allow that. It's terrible. Sushil Singhania from Jamshedpur in Jharkhand. Sushil.
Hello.
Hi, Sushil.
Yes, sir. मैं सुशील सिंघानिया बोल रहा हूँ सर जमशेदपुर से।
बोलिए सिंघानिया साहब।
ऐसा है सर, मैं बहुत पुराना फैन हूँ आप लोगों का
जी।
और ये सर जो कुछ भी हो रहा है ना
जी,
ये भाजपा, ये हमारे देश की सरकार का फेल्यूर है और हमारे ही भाइयों को
कुछ तो बोलिए। ये झारखंड से बोल रहे हैं, तुहिन जी आप भी झारखंड से हैं।
परिवार के हमारे लोग जो है ना मारे गए हैं, सब हमारे भाई, सब हमारे लोग थे और आज सुप्रीम कोर्ट जो है 100 वर्षों के मुकदमे वहां पेंडिंग है।
बोलिए कुछ तो बोलिए। तुहिन जी, प्रफुल्ल गाला मुंबई से कॉल पे है। प्रफुल्ल जी
देखिए अर्नब, मैंने
अच्छा बोलिए एक मिनट प्रफुल्ल जी रुकिए एक मिनट।
बताया 2006 के बाद से 2006 के बाद का उस समय का पूरा इतिहास बताया।
मैं इतिहास नहीं, मैं आज की बात
अगर प्राइमरी, अगर पहले 100 दिन में आप
वो अलग बात है ना। आप पे क्या व्यवस्था है कि आप सरकार कोर्ट में जाके कहती है कि हमें कोई प्रॉब्लम नहीं है अगर वो घर में रहे? ये बताइए मुझे, मैं उसी पॉइंट पे अड़ा हूं।
सरकार इस केस को परस्यू करेगी, इस पर
परस्यू क्या, घर में बैठ रहे ये लोग
है और आगे
प्रफुल्ल गाला,
इसको अंजाम तक पहुंचाएगी।
प्रफुल्ल गाला मुंबई। प्रफुल्ल गाला जी बोलिए।
Ridiculous the way the government is taking a stand in the Supreme Court. Where the convicts can stay home, then every Tom, Dick and Harry who does this and acquitted, he goes home and
that's what I'm saying.
We are at risk. And
that's what I'm saying, Praful. I'm not going to feel happy about this. This is very bad. Manish Sinha from Ghaziabad. So many callers are you seeing everywhere in the country they are watching. Manish Sinha from Ghaziabad.
Yeah. Hi, Arnab. I just want to convey that this is really quite alarming to just see the way the government is acted onto this issue. And surprisingly, I just want to put question to that BJP spokesperson that why he is repeatedly saying, I have done it from 2015, I have done it from 2015. Even if you have done it from 2015, why these people are just scot-free right now? And what you are taking the stand is...
Tuhin, you tell Manish. Tuhin, you tell Manish. You tell Manish. Everybody is asking you, ki, why did you go to court and say that ठीक है, वो जेल न जाए तो ठीक है. आपने क्यों कहा?
Arnab, within a day, we have appealed to the Supreme Court. You know, we could have postponed it like the Congress government keep postponed it. So our urgency is there on the records.
Why is Congress your benchmark?
On this particular issue, you know, on this particular, no, it is not the benchmark. Please don't, you know, I think, you know, we are having an informed debate and somebody like you should not be questioning the government because you followed both the governments. So our intent is very much there on this particular issue.
Even the Supreme Court has said we agree with the government's suggestion that they need not go to jail. They have said something like that. Why this whole angle? Arey, jaye na jail.
On all other issues, my stand is very clear.
I'm very angry about this. I'm very angry. Tuhin, not good.
No, what makes you think that I'm not angry? What makes you think that I'm not angry? Please try to understand that the government works within a
Good if you're angry.
What makes you think that I'm not angry?
Good if you're angry. I'm happy you're angry. Be angry against what has happened.
I have witnessed those bomb blasts. I have witnessed those bomb blasts firsthand. Thankfully, you know, in the last 11 years, those bomb blasts used to happen every 35 days.
But I don't know what's going on these days. You know, you should not have said in court that it's okay if they don't go to prison. You should have said, the BJP government should have said, these people should remain in prison for the rest of their life. Your argument lacked conviction.
I have told you that, you know, you can speak to a particular legal advisor of the government. On all other issues, I have reiterated that our stand on terrorism continues to be one of zero tolerance.
Anyway, I just feel so strongly against it.
Why were the investigations
Hey, you guys keep quiet. You're worse.
We did not get justice in Babri Masjid case.
Who buried the CDR?
We did not get justice in Babri Masjid case.
When you guys go soft, then the other side also gets encouragement.
We did not get justice in Babri Masjid case. We kept quiet.
What Babri Masjid case? What Babri Masjid case? The temple has been built. Deal with it. And ladies and gentlemen, 2 days ago was the 3-month anniversary of the Pahalgam attack of 22nd of April. And after 3 months, our great BCCI, which says it's a private body, Indian Cricket Board, has forgotten what happened. What kind of BCCI is this? In the finals of the first they didn't stop the matches after Pahalgam. Then they offered, or rather invited, the 3 service chiefs. They had the temerity to invite them for the finals. Thank God the service chiefs didn't go, because that was a marketing gimmick. And now we are hearing, ladies and gentlemen, that there is a possibility of India and Pakistan being in the same group for the Asia Cup, which apparently we are going to be hosting in Dubai. Which means that the blood of the Pahalgam victims has not dried, and our great BCCI and our great cricket team will be helping some groups make a lot of money by playing cricket with Pakistan. I stand lock, stock and barrel against this decision, if it is true, to play cricket with Pakistan. And I request the government of India to put the richest cricket board of the world in its place on this subject. Money and cricket, and the money of cricket and the cricket of money, is not more important than national interest. We have with us on that Madan Lal. I'd like to start with him, with General Bakshi, Chandrasekhar Luthra, former senior sports journalist, and Pula Rao. Madan Lalji, now what do we do here? This BCCI wants to play cricket matches, and they say it's okay. We've got Debashish Datta with us also tonight. Debashish Datta, I want to start with you, your take on this. They want to say, he's a famous cricket journalist from Kolkata. They want to say that it's okay, we'll play cricket. It's not a bilateral series, so don't complain too much. What's your take, sir? Should we play cricket with Pakistan now?
Not at all. Not
Thanks
the
for
right
saying
time.
that.
This is not the right time, and we have to clearly say that we are not going to play with any of the Pakistan team. A senior bunch of boys were planning to have a match in London. It has been cancelled. Thankfully, Shekhar Dhawan, Irfan Pathan and his brother Yusuf Pathan refused to play. I'm so glad to know this news that the cricketers, for which they have got their fame and everything, the cricket is their livelihood. We know this, but as far as Pakistan is
middleman, come on,
not anywhere, be it in England, be it in, and I don't know how India and Pakistan can be placed in the same group. Why?
So it is deliberately placed, I'll tell you, because ज़्यादा पैसा मिलता है. It is simple. India-Pakistan match, more viewership, more money. There is no other logic. Is there? Chandrasekhar Luthra, is there?
Well, I go with your sentiments, Arnab. But the problem is, You can only create this hate mongering by questioning BCCI. You don't understand BCCI is being controlled by your Papa Shah, and Papa Shah's other son controls the International Cricket Council. So they don't have, guts to say to all the cricketing nation that we are going to boycott Pakistan by playing. We will only play the Khelo Bharat in India with the domestic players. Your problem is that you will not question the China Open. He's also the top enemy of India. They were the one who were supporting Pakistan in Operation Sindoor. You will never question them because Indian shuttlers are playing in China Open right now. Your weak point or your sentiments, because you are obviously that famous saying that the last resort of any scoundrel is nationalism. You will create this hate mongering because you are not a sportsman. You will only want people to say that boycott everything from Pakistan, but you will not question China. I'm all with you. Boycott China, boycott Pakistan, everything. But you have no guts to question the Shah family, the Shah empire, who are controlling cricket, who are controlling BCCI, who is controlling ICC. That's my problem.
Okay, now Chandrasekhar,
yes.
Listen to me. I will not call you a scoundrel. One minute, listen to me. I will not call you names. I will not call you a scoundrel. I will not even tell the people watching the program what kind of a scoundrel you are, everyone on. I will not tell the people watching the program. Now it's my turn. I'm going to give it back. I'm going to give it back. So listen, I'm going to be giving it back. Take it with a smile, yeah? Take it with a smile. People will tell you that even if you got a thrashing from Arnab, it's a privilege. Everyone on. It's a privilege to be thrashed by me. Now listen to me. Listen to me, Chandrasekhar Luthra. The point is very simply this. That as far as I'm concerned, we were 85 days back at war with a scoundrel country called Pakistan. And Lieutenant Vinay Narwal, 1 minute, listen to me now, 1 minute. Just be quiet. You're going to get it back nice and hard. You're going to get it back, so just be ready, just be ready. This is the famous Arnab treatment you're getting. Now what happens is, Shubham Dwivedi's wife was here in my studios. You see, unlike you, I don't do the farcical stuff like you. I had the whole family of Shubham Dwivedi here. It was my life's privilege to meet them. And I told his family, and I told his father, and I told his wife.
You're telling the same.
I told his wife, just be quiet for a minute. Just be quiet for a minute. Listen to me. I'm not calling you a scoundrel. So listen to me, be happy. But he was gunned down in front of his wife. And his wife said that I feel so proud that when he was asked, are you Hindu or Muslim? He said, I'm a Hindu. Please understand, Yatish Bhai Parmar and his 17-year-old son Sumit were mercilessly killed in Pahalgam. Shailesh Himmat Bhai Shah, Prashant Kumar Satpathy, Atul Mone, Lieutenant Vinay Narwal, and thank your stars that in this country there is one Arnab Goswami who can question in one program the BCCI, the Supreme Court, and the central government. 1 minute, be quiet, be quiet. One minute, Chandrasekhar Luthra. Now, my whole life I've taken on every system. Be quiet, don't get provoked. I say tonight, ladies and gentlemen, let there be a movement in this country against any form of cricket with Pakistan. I will lead it from the front. But I will not watch. I will not watch silently while we play at the slips and play at the gully with a country called Pakistan. And I call upon all sponsors of cricket to boycott such matches if they care one bit for their country. Jal Bakshi is on the debate. Lines are open tonight. Jal Bakshi.
Arnab, I just wish to state that I hope people remember that Operation Sindoor is still on. It has just been paused. It's not a comma, it's not a full stop. And we could have some more hostilities breaking out, I don't know when, anytime, possibly in the winter, possibly next year, but it could re-erupt any time. Not only were 26 innocent Indian lives, so brutally murdered in Pahalgam. During Op Sindoor, Arnab, I hope we remember that 14 of our people in Rajouri and Punch were killed. They hit a Gurudwara, they killed the Granthi, they killed 12 other human beings. And if I remember correctly, Arnab, I think in the DGMO's briefing, he had mentioned 5 fatalities to our Jawans in the firing on the line of control. Unfortunately, we saw no funerals, nothing, but which is normally shown with a great this thing. I don't know if we can check out this fact, but the very fact that we have had more casualties in Op Sindoor reinforces the point that what cricket are you talking of, man? For which you are prepared to call every nationalist, every patriotic Indian citizen a scoundrel. I'm afraid the boot is on the other leg, sir. It is not the people who are loyal to their country who are scoundrels, but it is people who are after money bags. It is people who want loads and loads and cartloads of money. To hell with principles, to hell with the country, to hell with the people who died. Who cares? Who cares, Arnab? You care and I care. And the people of this country care.
Oh yeah, they do.
Right? And they are not prepared to be called scoundrels because they are patriotic or nationalistic. I'm sorry.
No, you stop this.
Definition in the country came from.
Program. Ask him why he has given green signal to all the matches with Pakistan who are at international level. He has already said there in the to all the
1 minute. Jal Bakshi.
You have called us all scoundrels.
Call him.
Jal Bakshi.
Call him.
You've called every nationalist patriot a scoundrel.
No, I've called people.
Oh yeah, you did.
Not people.
And
like
you did.
Violently.
Don't give this justification. Now.
Okay, we have Manoj calling from Udupi.
What justification?
On the call, ladies and gentlemen, your turn tonight to raise your voice and raise it as loud as you can tonight to stop cricket with Pakistan.
Scoundrel!
Manoj is calling from Udupi live tonight. My lines are hot and live this evening. Manoj from Udupi. Manoj.
Good evening,
Good evening, Manoj.
Good evening, Arnab sir.
Good evening, Manoj. Yeah.
Sir, it is very shocking that after within 2-3 months people are forgetting. But I have full faith in my cricketers that they will not play with Pakistan.
I also appeal to the cricketers to not play with Pakistan. I appeal to the BCCI to change its decision. I appeal to the senior players. I appeal to Sachin Tendulkar and Rahul Dravid and Saurav Ganguly, right? Anil Kumble to come and say there must be no cricket with Pakistan. Manjunath's calling from Kerala. Manjunath.
हेलो फर्स्ट तुम क्या बोल रहे मालूम नहीं हुआ
Call cut gaya. Vardarajan from Pune. Vardarajan, are you there?
Yeah, I am there.
What would you say on this, Varda?
Why should I say something? See, no, we should not play any cricket with enemy country. That is my clear-cut view. Let it be any country. We should not play with any country for that matter. Leave alone Pakistan. We don't want to play with them.
Thank you, Vardarajan from Pune. Ladies and gentlemen, Pula Rao, you're on the call. What do you think should happen now? People have felt that this is all backstabbing them. Money does not outweigh national interests at all.
Yeah. General, it's very difficult to be on the opposite side of you. But I think what Mr. Luthra said is right. Who is responsible for this confusion? It is not the players or the groundsmen or the people who have an opinion. It is the government. May I remember you what happened in 2009? When the IPL wanted to stage their games in the middle of elections and distract the whole country. The government kicked them out and they went to South Africa. Do you remember that? It's the government's job to put it, you are with me, against me, is not right. The government I just saw the last show, Arnab, you had. Government is on a holiday. Government is on a holiday or sitting on its laurels, I don't know. These are questions which should not come up. These are debates which we have to understand that there's some powerful forces and no point in blaming any other player or anyone. The players have no role. They will play if they are ordered to play. And it cannot be a question of patriotism
the players have
individually.
a choice. The players have a choice.
To take a stance.
The players, India participating in an India-Pakistan cricket match which means we are going to be putting money for the Pakistan Cricket Board. The money from Indian sponsorship, Indian viewership will go into the hands of the Pakistan Cricket Board, which is a way of giving money to Pakistan. So every time you watch cricket with Pakistan or you sponsor cricket with Pakistan, you are indirectly supporting the terrorist groups in Pakistan. Ladies and gentlemen, Trilochan from Bengaluru. We must not play cricket with Pakistan. Trilochan from Bengaluru. Trilochan.
Good evening, Arnab.
Good evening, sir.
Nice listening you, and you are the only son of the soil who raises the issue of all Indian. I want to ask question to you, Arnab. It is a shame on the people who are taking decision to play with Pakistan. When our innocent people are killed in Pahalgam, 26 innocent people life gone, and our policy maker taking decision to play with Pakistan, it is shame on every Indian. Please tell the people every Indian hate Pakistani, including Pakistan. We are really sorry listening that our Indian team going to play with Pakistan. It is not.
I hope Chandrasekhar Luthra is listening to you, sir. I mean, Chandrasekhar.
I'm with him. Yeah. I'm with him.
Yeah.
Ask your sports minister, ask your home minister, who are giving permission to them. Ask your political, that middleman, Rajiv Shukla. Why was he attending meeting with all these people? Whether it was virtually or other. Ask them why they want to play to Pakistan. Ask the sports minister also why you have sent
who
the
do you think I'm asking?
to China to
one minute. Don't you understand simple English? Chandrasekhar Luthra, either you don't understand English or I'll have to teach you on the program. One minute. One minute, Chandrasekhar Luthra. Arey yaar, Mr. Luthra, listen to me. Listen to me, Mr. Luthra. Mr. Luthra, who do you think I'm asking when I'm saying central government should stop it? Who do you think I'm asking when I'm saying BCCI should stop it? Am I asking Chandrasekhar Luthra?
No.
Jaideep Prabhu is calling from Mumbai. I'm asking the central government and the BCCI, no. I'm not asking the Pondicherry Cricket Board. Jaideep Prabhu from Mumbai. Jaideep Prabhu, what do you think, sir? We have time.
Arnab, hi.
Hi, Jaideep.
I absolutely, there's absolutely no two ways about it that, we shouldn't be playing with them. And they're talking about a neutral venue. This is all absolute nonsense. No cricket with Pakistan, absolutely, and no form of any sport. In fact, just apart from cricket also, nothing.
Nothing, absolutely. I agree, Jaideep. I agree. I'll have to take one last call. Colonel Hingorani is calling from Pune.
Good evening, Pranav. This is Colonel Hingorani.
Sir.
I'm just seeing your channel, and it's a matter of shame that 3 months after this tragic incident in Pahalgam, we are ready to offer another friendship hand with Pakistan and play with them. Can we do without this cricket with Pakistan? Yes or no? Can I ask the BCCI, what is so great about playing with Pakistan?
So there's more money, more sponsorship. That's the only thing. More viewers. The expectation is Indians will watch a lot. We're going to be paying money. Isn't that the thing, Debashish Datta? Isn't that the whole thing, money? Can you unmute yourself? Yeah.
Is dictating BCCI officials, or BCCI wants to bring in some more money. I don't know what are they doing. It's a double standard. Government is saying something else and BCCI is trying to do just the opposite. So we have to say that Pakistan se hum log ko khelna nahi hai. This
ये कौन कहेगा?
देवाशीष दा हम कहेंगे ना, हम कहेंगे. हम कहेंगे, हम कह रहे हैं ना, और आवाज उठाएंगे, भारत के लोग आवाज उठाएंगे. I am telling you, a lot of people, we can start a campaign, no cricket with Pak. Ladies and gentlemen, please never undermine the kind of support that you can create. Please never undermine the kind of pressure that you can put. This is a public issue. Both the issues I raised between 9 and 10. Why should those who are convicted in the 2006 Mumbai train blast be allowed to stay at home? And why 3 months after Pahalgam should we consider playing cricket in Dubai with Pakistan? Are public issues. If you put enough pressure, we can make a difference. Trust me, we can. I'll see you tomorrow evening. Good night and goodbye.
Time for a quick breather. Arnab will be right back with the debate.
Amity has been ranked amongst the top 3% universities globally, a testimony to Amity's globally benchmarked quality.
Sarah, this is your space, play it your way. आधे बाउल दही में 4 चम्मच MDH चटनी पुदीना मसाला डाला, स्टर करो, पुदीना चटनी तैयार। MDH चटनी पुदीना मसाला। MDH
भारत की अपनी दुकान, इंडिया सोना, अपने देश का सामान, इंडिया सोना, इंडिया सोना, इंडिया सोना।
Where the software engineer meets the cool UI UX designer, meets the gifted content writer. To create the big dream, the world comes together at Sharda University. So where are you?
पैसा लगाना है तो सेंचुरी प्लाई क्लब प्राइम पे लगाओ। डूबेगा नहीं, जलेगा भी नहीं, कोई खा नहीं जाएगा, धोखा नहीं देगा, ऊपर नीचे भी नहीं होगा, सेफ रहेगा, सिक्योर्ड में मिनिमम 30 साल का रिटर्न देगा। अब इससे बेटर इन्वेस्टमेंट है तो बताओ। सेंचुरी प्लाई क्लब प्राइम, रहो बेफिक्र।
I'm excited to be part of Republic AI Pre-Summit on July 25th, where we will be discussing India's AI leap, the innovations, the impact, and the future of artificial intelligence in shaping the new India. Hope to see you.
For a quick breather. Arnab will be right back with the debate.
पैसा लगाना है तो सेंचुरी प्लाई क्लब प्राइम पे लगाओ। डूबेगा नहीं, जलेगा भी नहीं, कोई खा नहीं जाएगा, धोखा नहीं देगा, ऊपर नीचे भी नहीं होगा, सेफ रहेगा, सिक्योर्ड में मिनिमम 30 साल का रिटर्न देगा। अब इससे बेटर इन्वेस्टमेंट है तो बताओ। सेंचुरी प्लाई क्लब प्राइम, रहो बेफिक्र।
आधे बाउल दही में 4 चम्मच MDH चटनी पुदीना मसाला डाला, स्टर करो, पुदीना चटनी तैयार। MDH चटनी पुदीना मसाला। MDH
केसरिया से मन जोगी हुआ रे, दिल झूम देखो मतवारा हुआ रे। केसरिया से मन जोगी
हर पल मनाओ केसरी त्योहार। विमल, बोलो जुबान केसरी।
आधे बाउल दही में 4 चम्मच MDH चटनी पुदीना मसाला डाला, स्टर करो, पुदीना चटनी तैयार। MDH चटनी पुदीना मसाला। MDH Sarah, this is your space, play it your way.
I'm excited to be a part of the Republic TV AI Pre-Summit on July 25th, where we'll be discussing India's AI leap, the innovation, the impact, and the future of artificial intelligence in shaping a new India.
Excited to be पैसा लगाना है तो सेंचुरी प्लाई क्लब प्राइम पे लगाओ। डूबेगा नहीं, जलेगा भी नहीं, कोई खा नहीं जाएगा, धोखा नहीं देगा, ऊपर नीचे भी नहीं होगा, सेफ रहेगा, सिक्योर्ड में मिनिमम 30 साल का रिटर्न देगा। अब इससे बेटर इन्वेस्टमेंट है तो बताओ। सेंचुरी प्लाई क्लब प्राइम, रहो बेफिक्र।
अब छोलिया हो या लोबिया, सफेद चने या काले चने,
सब कुछ मजेदार बने।
Sarah, this is your space, play it your way.
Well, BCCI is all set to host the Asia Cup in UAE. India-Pakistan match likely. Supreme Court stays Bombay High Court judgment on acquittal of 12 accused person in connection with the 2006 Mumbai train blast. No rearrest to be done now. ED raids Anil Ambani linked properties in Mumbai. Case registered against Reliance Anil Ambani group of companies. Sources within the Election Commission have confirmed that the preparation over special intensive revision in West Bengal too is expected to begin soon.
मुझे प्रसन्नता है कि कई वर्षों की मेहनत के बाद आज दोनों देशों के बीच कॉम्प्रिहेंसिव इकोनॉमिक एंड ट्रेड एग्रीमेंट संपन्न हुआ है.
Prime Minister hails FTA deal with the United Kingdom, call it historic day for both the nations.
From the Republic Media Network headquarters, it's time for Arnab Goswami on the debate. Arnab Goswami on the debate.
On the show tonight, why India is sending a message to Trump by signing the free trade agreement with the United Kingdom. Anil Ambani in big trouble, always seeking to be high profile, now being called someone who heads fraudulent operations. At 9 p.m. tonight, why it's impossible to believe that in India the convicts of the Mumbai train blasts are going to be openly celebrating on the streets and there'll be no justice for the victims of terrorism. And at 9:30 p.m. tonight, why Republic is totally against any form of cricket with Pakistan and why the government of India should stop the cricket board from allowing it. And ladies and gentlemen, at the start, it's great news. We have a free trade agreement. We always knew there was one, but now it's been signed by the United Kingdom and India. And I'll tell you 6 reasons why this UK FTA, which the Prime Minister signed today, I think this was at Chequers, the official informal country home residence of the British Prime Minister Keir Starmer. Now this is great. It gives us a huge trade boost. UK-India trade should catch up to over 120 billion US dollars by 2030. 99% of all Indian goods will get zero tariffs. So you want to have namkeen, you want to have steel, Indian namkeen, Indian products of all types, you can get it on zero tariffs in the British supermarkets. We're going to flood United Kingdom. This is reverse colonization. I love it. And major duties are going to be removed. This is going to help textiles, leather, marine products, electric vehicles, garments, everything. And this includes a social security pact that exempts Indian professionals from contributions for up to 3 years and gives duty-free access to 95% of farm products. So you can get Indian haldi, Indian prawns, Indian pepper, Indian agri products. And this is going to double the gems and jewelry business. So United Kingdom, thank you and watch out. We're going to flood you. Now, the other important part about today's agreement is this, that we have made it very clear to Donald Trump indirectly that don't push us, we know how to do business. Indians have always been great at trade. And now we have got trade deals with so many countries. Do you know that? So many countries across the world. We have great bilateral trade agreements with Sri Lanka, Bhutan, Thailand, Singapore, name it, Malaysia, Korea, Japan, Australia, UAE, Mauritius, ASEAN, that's 10-nation bloc. European nations bloc, EFTA, Iceland, Liechtenstein, Norway, Switzerland. So this is going great, and I think a big shout out for Piyush Goyal, the very dynamic Commerce Minister of India, who's done a great job signing deal after deal after deal after deal after deal. He's done a great job. And so remember, viewers, that these deals are also relationship building exercises. You see Ajit Doval, National Security Advisor, at the checkers. You see the Foreign Minister, Mr. Jaishankar there. So these are all very detailed arrangements that go beyond trade. We have negotiation underway with China, European Union, Peru, and of course with Israel. We're multiple partners across the world. And the message to Donald Trump is that we do business on our own terms. For Britain, it took 4 British prime ministers, 15 rounds of talks, UK's Brexit, global pandemic, 2 general elections in India to finally settle the deal. So the British have been very, very keen to close the deal. But when has the deal been closed? When we are ready for it to be closed. So the FTA with the United Kingdom also sends another message to Trump that India will cooperate, but India won't capitulate. You want to trade with India, make it fair, make it mutual. We do not do one-sided deals. And the message to the United States of America is that there is no junior partner, senior partner business going on. You see, every deal like this that we sign, America's leverage on India goes down because America needs to learn. America needs to understand that to do business with India, don't try and force our hand. You can't bully India. You have to deal with India. You want to deal with India, you want to do trade with India, then you first want to come to the table with respect, a sense of respect, not an attitude any longer of arm twisting. And that's why I believe we really must respect the efforts of Narendra Modi and the government of India in the way that they have done business across the world. And one of the reasons why Narendra Modi is traveling around the world, he went to South America, he spent a lot of time in Africa, he's building the base of a developed nation. In terms of trade, India's access to minerals, India's access to technology, and India's access to markets. It's all connected. So big congratulations to the Honorable Prime Minister of India. This is excellent, excellent deal. And remember, after this, the Prime Minister is also going to the Maldives, where he's going to be a state guest. Maldives was tilting towards China. The Modi government has got it back. So these are big agreements. And all of this goes on to build India's clout globally. We've done a great thing. Ladies and gentlemen, a short report of what happened at the checkers, and then we debate.
Prime Minister Narendra Modi met UK's Prime Minister Keir Starmer for the 3rd time this year. This time in the United Kingdom to sign the free trade agreement finalized after over 3 years of intense negotiations.
यूके और भारत हम एक प्रकार से नेचुरल पार्टनर हैं। आज हमारे संबंधों का एक ऐतिहासिक दिन है। आज हम दोनों देश मिलकर के पारस्परिक लाभकारी एफटीए और डबल कंट्रीब्यूशन कन्वेंशन इसको संपन्न करने जा रहे हैं। ये अपने आप में भारत और यूके भावी पीढ़ी के लिए एक बहुत मजबूत रास्ता तैयार कर रहा है।
Look, and we both know this is the biggest and most economically significant trade deal that the UK has made since leaving the EU. And I think I can say that it's one of the most comprehensive deals that India has ever done. So thank you, Prime Minister, for your leadership and for your pragmatism.
UK's Prime Minister Keir Starmer hailed the deal as a big boost to the middle-class people of both nations.
It is a deal that will bring huge benefits to both of our countries, boosting wages, raising living standards, and putting more money in the pockets of working people.
Not just that, Prime Minister Modi also raised pertinent issues of extradition of fugitive economic offenders.
इकोनॉमिक ऑफेंडर्स के प्रत्यार्पण के विषय पर भी हमारी एजेंसी सहयोग और समन्वय से काम करती रहेगी.
However, this did not stop the opposition from taking a dig at the Prime Minister. The Congress has mocked the deal, saying that Indians needed an FTA that stood for a fugitive transfer agreement, further questioning the return of economic offenders like Vijay Mallya, Nirav Modi and Lalit Modi.
We have to understand one point, that all these economies about which we are talking, whether it is USA or UK, under huge debts. For example, 32 lakh crores of rupees is the debt formally announced by the US administration. Such a huge debt. Almost same is the case of UK. So these governments are trying to promote their economy through bilateral agreements and general trade agreements, etc., etc. So we should not be part of that. And Parliament was not informed properly also. The Parliament is in session.
The big question remains, are there any compulsions that Congress can't celebrate India's triumphs? Or is perennially mocking India's achievements part of its strategy?
The best part about this agreement is that it opens the British market to India. I think that's the best part about it, sort of. Maybe we should have a Republic UK also. Why not? Yeah, we broadcast to the UK. Why not? Why not? Yeah. Let's free them of the BBC. Yeah.
Education connection, and I know that we in some ways have contributed to the India-UK partnership, but I'm so glad it's a strategic deal.
Yes.
And I think India has shown the world that it does deals on its own terms. It's a deal which has been concluded after 3 long years to make sure India's national interest is not compromised at all. And it sends a big message. I say that this is a message from London to the world, that India is a global power and it does deals at its own terms. And the Prime Minister Narendra Modi has sent out a clear message to others, and it will be an impetus for other deals, including the deal that is in the final stages with the US. Arnab, I can tell you, this deal will be a major push there as well, because I know that the negotiators are getting restless because UK has edged some of the others out.
Yep, absolutely. Akhil, Swami. Say something.
One, when Mr. Modi took over as Prime Minister of India, the rupee to dollar was around 62 rupees. Today it is 86.50. That means the falling of rupee in last 11 has been the steepest, number one. So your exports are not going up, your imports are going down. Your imports are going up. Number two, your imports in China has doubled in last 11 years and your exports have only gone up by 15%. That is number two. Number three, I was under the impression and most of the countrymen were under the impression that America is our great friend. Mr. Donald Trump is our great friend. And the Bhaks and the BJP supporters even went for the Havans for making Mr. Donald Trump as president. In your opening remark, now I understand that you are fighting against America. But you are making friendship with China. You are increasing imports and you are trying to have FTA with China.
No, sir.
Shazia, I'll just respond to him 1 minute and then hand it over to you. Louder, please. Akhil.
America has a contribution of 30% in the world's economy. Akhil. And you are fighting with America. You are making friends with China.
Yeah. Okay, Akhil, I'll keep it serious today with you. See, trade is not about making friends. Trade is about trade. Okay? Trade is about access to the market. Right? Now, if you presently are paying between 4 to 20%, right, in terms of access duty, right, into any market, anything, textiles, leather, footwear, toys, marine products, gems, jewelry, engineering goods, dairy products, electric vehicles, now that becomes zero. What this means, Akhil, I'm explaining it slowly so you understand. What this means is that everybody, including Indian farmers, will get access. So if you want to sell mango pulp, if you're in Maharashtra, you are making mango pulp. If you are a fisherman producing or catching tuna or shrimp, or if you are exporting haldi, which is very popular, you can get zero access. Okay? This means we get access to a market. Isko aap zara don't get light on issues that are this serious. Okay? Thank you. Now let me get Shazia in on this. नहीं और दूसरी बात जो आपने कही कि रुपये की क्या वैल्यू थी, मैं आपको बताता हूँ, मैं आपको बता देता हूँ, मेरी बात सुनिए, 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 मेरी बात मैं आपको बताता हूँ, मैं आपको बताता हूँ, ये जो देखिए आप प्रॉब्लम ये है ना,
86 रुपए 50 पैसे
मैं जब कॉलेज करने गया, कॉलेज पढ़ने गया
जब
था,
एक्सपोर्ट बढ़ेगा,
मैं जब कॉलेज में था,
एक्सपोर्ट बढ़ेगा तो रुपी वीक होगा, रुपी 30% वीक क्यों हो गया, ये बताइए।
I'll tell you one thing. मैं ट्रेड पे, अगर मैं ये कहूँ कि रुपी पाउंड रुपी, मैं जब 1995 में है ना कॉलेज के लिए पढ़ाई करने गया था ऑक्सफोर्ड यूनिवर्सिटी में, तब 11.5 रुपए की एक पाउंड होती थी। अब क्या मैं आपको बोलूं कि आपने 2014 तक कितने पाउंड का कितना रुपया हुआ था?
अरे 11
लॉजिक ही नहीं है आपके बात में, कुछ भी बोलते हैं आप, क्या बात कर रहे हैं
आपको?
Okay, anyway, let me get Shazia's response. Shazia, he says that okay, you heard what he said.
Sir, with all, I don't mean to sound, rude to you.
Yes.
But you're way off.
Yeah, way
because
off.
Look at this deal for what it is, FTA, and what this means. If you look at our MSMEs, if you look at our professionals, it's all about make in India going global. And I think it's great news. It's big news. And I think Modi ji has, secured India's seat at the top table of global trade. Now you just look at the situation. Let's go one thing at a time. Textiles. Now look at Indian textile exports. We've always worried about the Bangladeshi and Vietnamese competitors, right? We've always been saying that for the last so many years, 20 years. Now, right now, the tariff is 10 to 12%. Imagine if it's reduced to 0% and how much more valuable, cheaper, desirable Indian goods and Indian products will be in eyes of the UK buyers. And it's a very wealthy market we're looking at. So there was just a calculation, Tirupur-based knitwear exporters, already there's a calculation. They'll actually, because of the duty waivers, they'll actually save every unit up till 2 crores annually. So this is individually, look at individual units. Now, gems and jewelry. Just think of how it benefits India. Let's look at purely from the point of view of Indian market, Indian exporters, Indian businessmen, Indian students, Indian professionals. Okay.
Right.
Now, exports to UK were worth $1.3 billion in 2023. FTA removes a 5 to 8% import duty. And now you just look at the orders that our gem, and jewelry exporters will have. The anticipation is of 15 to 20% jump in UK orders from India. And that indeed is great news. This is going to have a great effect. Now, let's go one thing at a time again. Now look at pharma. Again, UK is a major market for Indian generics and APIs, and our own industry, so many, Dr. Reddy's, Aurobindo, they'll benefit. Now we just look at exports of something like basmati, bango, steel. Yeah. Arnab just mentioned shrimp and prawn and what have you. To the UK, there's a tariff of 10 to 12%.
From UK?
10 to 12%.
Okay.
No, listen to this. I'm just
by the way, you don't export from UK. You export to UK. आप कहाँ पे पढ़ाते हैं भाई साहब?
अरे import कहाँ से करते हैं UK से? क्या-क्या चीजें import करते हैं?
So imagine India exports 3,200 crore rupees worth of basmati rice. Post FTA, can you imagine Punjab and Haryana rice exporters?
Louder on the other side. What happened to the lady?
You are opening your markets to
10 to 20% tariff to zero tariff.
Next debate.
So that is very big, sir. That is very big.
Next
so
debate.
again, look at the services.
चाइना के लिए louder, UK के लिए खोल दिया, पूरे विश्व के लिए अपना मार्केट खोले चले जा रहा है.
हमारे यहाँ के प्रोड्यूसर मर जाएंगे।
अरे वो मार्केट हमारे लिए खुल गया, उल्टा बोल रहे हैं आप।
अरे तो
फ्री ट्रेड
एग्रीमेंट आपने नहीं खोला उनके लिए,
और बहुत ही कम
आपने नहीं खोला उनके लिए,
जीरो के बराबर है ज्यादातर।
अरे तो आपने उनके लिए मार्केट खोला या नहीं खोला?
ज्यादा बिकेंगी, हमारे बिजनेसमैन को फायदा होगा, हमारे एक्सपोर्टर्स। मैंने तो बेसिक इकोनॉमिक्स पढ़ी है कॉलेज तक।
200 साल हमारे देश को लूटा।
Shots, yeah. Today, signing shots and all that. Bosses,
अरे
elements.
200 साल यूके ने लूटा है हमें।
Don't pause this.
लूटने के फिर तैयार हो रहे हैं और
this you know this जबरदस्ती का कांग्रेस पॉइंट ऑफ व्यू ऑफ obstructionist.
अरे अंग्रेजों ने 200 साल लूटा है, ईस्ट इंडिया कंपनी को आने दे रहे हैं।
This is good for India and Indian economy.
अरे it is not good for India.
Indian professional.
It is not good for India.
So it's good for India, sir.
मार्केट को
It might not be good for Congress because Congress wishes ill for India.
अरे कांग्रेस को छोड़िए भाई, हम लोग देशभक्त लोग हैं। Forget about Congress.
But overall for Indian business
आप
is
यूके
great.
के लिए अपना मार्केट खोल रहे हैं, आप ईस्ट इंडिया कंपनी को अपने देश में ला रहे हैं।
भैया वो मार्केट भी हमारे लिए खुल रहा है भाई साहब।
अरे वो मार्केट खुल रहा है, हमारे देश के गरीब लोग मर जाएंगे
प्रोडक्ट्स के लिए।
हमारे अरे वो लोग तो अंग्रेज लोग हैं, गोरे लोग हैं, हमारा देश बर्बाद हो जाएगा।
आप देखिए तो पढ़िए तो इसको आप।
ये तो अमेरिका चाह रहा है,
Have an informed discussion.
उनका माल वो ठोक देंगे यहाँ पे।
Please let's have an informed discussion on this, sir.
अरे एप्रिल वहाँ का अगर सेब आएगा हिंदुस्तान के अंदर,
I think Saurabh said this before I did. You know, right now,
I want to just I want to.
With the USA in August 1st.
No.
What is happening with the USA?
I'm amazed at the ignorance of my fellow panelists who's trying to paint this. You know, you don't realize this is a people-centric feel as well, sir. Please read the fine print. Before you come to a debate, please read the fine print. Indian young people get access to be in the US. In the UK, I beg your pardon. They get access to be in the United Kingdom. They get access to work there. This is a great deal for India's young professionals. What India has achieved, very few.
Let me get a more informed voice, and her name is. Let me get a more informed voice than. Let me get a more informed voice here, Akhilji, because Akhilji, you have not disclosed your. You have not disclosed your institution. So
this is about people. This is about young people.
Saurabh,
getting opportunities to be.
Saurabh, I think that. Saurabh, let me get a more informed voice here. I must say that Akhil Swami is a very enthusiastic participant, but there are certain variables about him. We don't know where he has been educated. We don't know where he is teaching.
IIT BHU, engineering IIT BHU.
And where are you teaching presently, sir?
यार 73 साल की उम्र में अब मुझे अपने प्रोग्राम में बुलाओगे या टीचिंग करवाओगे?
73 साल के तो शशि थरूर भी हो गए, वो तो जॉब ढूंढ रहे हैं।
अरे उनकी तो 50 करोड़ की गर्लफ्रेंड है, मेरी बीबी है, मेरे पास कोई।
Anyway, my serious question here is, I want to get in Dr. Akriti Bhatia. She's a political economist, she's a postdoc fellow, and she's done her PhD from Delhi School of Economics. Okay, Dr. Bhatia, are you cynical in any way about this deal? Are there any riders about the deal that you would like to forewarn us about? I was told that you're slightly cynical about it. Is that true, and if so, why? Can you unmute yourself, Akriti?
I'm actually unmuted. Am I audible?
Yeah, perfect now. Yeah, go on.
Right. I'm saying that it's actually a very path-breaking thing that's happening after years, and international trade has been, with the UK, has been something that goes the pre-colonial times, and I mean, obviously, significantly during the colonial times. But now I think what we need to keep in mind is, on the top is national interest, right? So at this point, their economy is stagnating, and it's very timely for the Britain. What we are also going to gain with this kind of an FTA where tariffs will be revised and relaxed. But if you look at the nuance, if you go through the agreement, you will find that still public procurement, financial assets, and clauses on labor and climate, they are tilted towards the UK. Some of the things are non-enforceable, and if you again look at it with the kind of competition that will come in, it can harm Indian MSMEs that rely on procurement preferences. And if you look at, again, there are many other kind of issues also that must be resolved with the UK. So I'm not dismissive about the FTA, but there are many things that we need to ensure that we are at a level playing field. Look at the visa kind of aspects, which are still favoring
Akriti, can you tell me, just to expand on that point, because the government narrative on this is, the government narrative here is that Indian MSMEs will seize the British market with duty-free access. Is that not true?
No. So Indian market will get access to we get access to the British market. And if you look at what will happen in the domestic markets also, we will have certain more increased competition that will come in for the MSMEs. And some of the aspects which I'm saying are still tilted. We don't want, obviously, it's not a similar situation when Manchester goods were being dumped in India. It's much better that way. However, with the MSMEs, they will find it more difficult to compete with the kind of opening up that this will lead to. So those are some concerns which need to be actually...
But isn't that both ways, Akriti? Like if you want to dismantle the duty disadvantage, if you want to enhance bilateral support from the UK to India, you're also going to have to give a little, right? I mean, it doesn't work only one way, you right? Surely you don't expect an agreement where you block access, but you expect access.
That's true. So I'm not saying, but there are still certain kind of aspects which need to be protected. I'm not saying it's definitely beyond protectionism that I'm talking about, but
there
some of the more sensitive
but there are safeguards, Akriti. I think you should go and read the fine print. I have a slightly different take. I think there are safeguards built in this deal that protects India's interests as well. I would say the reason why it took 3 years for this deal to be negotiated is because India didn't want to give away India's national interest. That's the reason why it took much longer. And I can tell you the diplomatic backstory as well. It wasn't that the government frittered away any benefits. On the contrary, you will see that the Indian young people, professionals, they will be the gainers.
The financial,
that is something. It's a deal which is
who would be involved. There's more
based on some give and
that you
take.
find that are tilted towards the UK. So there are a couple of things, and it's actually a very you need to go through the agreement and then vouch for and kind of navigate for certain amendments in that. So then it will be much better.
Shazia.
But there are other political issues like the increasing extremist ideologies and the visa kind of disadvantages that also need to be done.
Shazia.
Keeping in mind the national interest and not differences on the destination of terrorism.
Shazia, on a slightly different note, Shazia, on a slightly different note, I don't know if I have the pictures here.
3 years
Shazia.
of discussions.
I know, but Shazia, if you're giving them so much as well, I get very upset when I see pictures of Vijay Mallya and, Lalit Modi partying away their ill-gotten money in London's fancy restaurants. So I'm wondering why we couldn't get a commitment from them. If they want to, they can make it impossible and they can hand over Vijay Mallya. But have we given that up? Because have we given up on that?
This was part of the discussion and it is underway. We have made huge progress.
It's not underway. It's going on in the courts.
Yeah, it's going on in the courts. Exactly. And the courts have been also been very favorable to India's position and Indian stance. And it will happen. But I think for itself, what FTA means is huge. What it means for Indian business, for Indian exports, for Indian economy.
Okay.
And the kind of access we have, that's one. The other thing, we can't conflate everything and speak about it all at once. Yes, and of course, British cars will also be cheaper. They're talking about some whiskey and gin. I mean, how many people consume that as opposed to Indians having access to UK? So there's a big difference.
Vijay Mallya, Lalit Modi ko bhagaya hai, to लाएंगे कैसे?
Agriculture is concerned is kept under a sensitive list. It's been protected, so it's not free from complete protectionism. We have looked at our own
as a
interests very
professor of
seriously.
economics,
Very seriously and sensitive we have been.
आज आपको इकोनॉमिस्ट बुलाने चाहिए थे. आकृति को इकोनॉमिक्स आती है. She is a good student of economics. As a professor of economics, I can vouch on that.
No, but where are you a professor from?
But who will vouch for you,
presently
sir?
A professor?
But who will vouch for you?
You declared yourself a professor. Can you name your university?
मैं 73 साल का हूँ. 7 साल पहले रिटायरमेंट ले लिया.
कहाँ से?
और उस यूनिवर्सिटी से लिया जो आपका स्पॉन्सरर है इस प्रोग्राम का. पिछली बार ही बताया था. इस प्रोग्राम का स्पॉन्सरर है.
अभी कहाँ पे आप पढ़ा रहे हैं?
अरे यार 73 साल की उम्र में प्रोग्राम में बुलाओगे या टीचिंग करवाओ?
अच्छा नहीं मैं नहीं कराऊंगा. I am happy you're not teaching now because you got all the wrong fundas. Okay. Akhil, Akriti, Saurabh, and Shazia. Give a little, take a little. Give a little, take a little. But that doesn't work for Anil Ambani. Thank you very much, Anil Ambani is under huge investigation for thousands of crores in fraud. The ED has raided him. They say loans from Yes Bank were given without checks, then diverted to shell companies linked to the Ambani group. So Anil Ambani, who was seen to be just trying his best to get out of the mess, is back in absolute corporate and financial quicksand. Let's debate.
50 locations, dozens of shadowy shell firms, and a 3,000 crore trail of money missing. And at the center of it all is one of the leading business magnates of India, Anil Ambani. ED teams from Delhi and Mumbai have raided premises linked to Anil Ambani's group firms, probing alleged money laundering by Reliance Anil Ambani group companies.
Now all ED officials and the company's workers are inside this Reliance Center, which is, as I told, situated in South Mumbai, and it's in Ballard Street, as we know, is 4th area, and is the main office of Reliance Communication. Back to studio. You can see that this is the Reliance Center, and it's a big office of Reliance, and the ED officials are inside in this.
ED has alleged that between 2017 and 2019, loans worth thousands of crores flowed from Yes Bank straight into shell firms. Investigators say that this was a well thought out plan designed to cheat banks, bypass rules, and siphon public money in broad daylight. It has also been alleged that Yes Bank officials were paid off in order to approve the loans without the due process. But that's not where it ends. Investigators have also unearthed another trail that suggests Reliance Mutual Fund reportedly invested rupees 2,850 crore in bonds of Yes Bank, bonds that were later written down. And now, a shadowy firm C company is at the heart of a suspected rupees 10,000 crore fraud. Reliance Infra allegedly routed funds through it, with rupees 5,480 crore written off, only rupees 4 crore recovered, and the rest settled via defunct firms with no recovery. Reliance Power and Infrastructure have responded. Anil Ambani has distanced himself, calling the cases old and denying any board role. The ED raids have sent shockwaves across the market. Reliance Power and Reliance Infra stocks both logged in a 5% crash. And we have seen the script before. Vijay Mallya, Nirav Modi, Mehul Choksi, powerful promoters, willing bankers, and a disappearing trail. It's a playbook India knows all too well. The raids are done. The markets have reacted. But the story isn't over. Rupees 3,000 crore have been siphoned. And someone will have to answer.
It's the biggest corporate scandal of the day, ladies and gentlemen. Anil Ambani being described as fraudulent. Ladies and gentlemen, it is important that the government has said in Parliament that Reliance Communications and its promoter Anil Ambani are fraudulent in line with RBI guidelines to describe Anil Ambani as a fraud, to describe the company as a fraudulent company. Sriram Subramaniam, business analyst and founder of MD InGovern Research Services. I want your first take on this. This is big. It's a big story today, because he's been projecting himself as being a bit of a comeback trail. How is this being received, Sriram, in the financial world?
Good evening. Definitely it's a setback for the ADAG group, and as you said, two companies, which is Reliance Infra and Reliance Power, were on a comeback trail. They had raised fresh funds, and the stock prices have galloped in the stock markets. But definitely after this news of the ED raid, both the stocks were the lower circuit. The markets also tanked, not necessarily because of this ED raid, but there were other rumors also. Net, this is a long pending case. Of course, SEBI last year banned Mr. Anil Ambani from accessing the securities market for the same reason. SBI, which is the State Bank of India, and Canara Bank have marked the group as fraud accounts, and hence banking loans can no longer be given to the group as per RBI guidelines. So this is just a continuation of the investigative. Of course, ED has a different perspective, which is the PMLA case, and it is investigating from that perspective.
What are the larger issues which emerged, Professor Mehrotra? What are the larger issues which emerge after this scandal and scam about Anil Ambani?
The larger issue, first of all, is of course about corporate governance within a company like Reliance Infra. It's about banking company, the Yes Bank corporate governance. Yes Bank, we know, has gone under. It raises larger issues about the corporates in our country and how they behave generally. And finally, it raises big issues about banking governance structures and how frauds should be and can be prevented. Clearly, this seems like something of a case where the government's decided to send the ED after a company with which it has good dealings, because after all, a few years ago, Dassault was prevailed upon, the French Rafale manufacturer, was prevailed upon to provide a contract to Anil Ambani.
So what do you mean prevailed upon? What do you mean prevailed upon, sir?
In a sector.
What do you mean prevailed upon, sir? That's a corporate agreement, isn't it, between Dassault and Anil Ambani?
May I answer your question? You put your question 3 times over. May I answer?
Only once. Thank you. With 3 times the effect.
Yeah. Well, may I answer? Firstly, prevailed upon because Mr. Ambani, Anil Ambani, in this case, had zero experience in producing parts or components for aircrafts of this kind. Secondly, we all know that Anil Ambani's company has gone under for all practical purposes. And now, thirdly, clearly there were issues even then, because this case was going on then, the Yes Bank Anil Ambani case. So if it was not prevailed upon, then clearly what else was it? Perhaps you might have a description of it. The fact
no, but
remains,
if this is, you are indicating, you're trying to say something, you're trying to say that Anil Ambani has good relations with the government, he took advantage of that, and it is because of that that he entered into an agreement with Dassault. But it doesn't answer the question that if this man had such good relations with this government, why is he being raided today? Why is he in trouble today? Why is the government calling him a fraudulent company? Yeah, so I don't know.
Because
okay, so we'd like to get Kishore and then, of course, Ajay Dua to come into what you said there. Ajay Dua, please stay on, sir. Ajay Dua, I would like to get you in. Can you hear me? Kishore, before I go to you. Ajay Dua.
Yes, I can.
I can. You heard the highly inflammable Santosh Mehrotra say that, he's close to the government and he's surprised about what went wrong. Is that the right way to look at it, in your view?
I'm not sure.
Arnab, if that's the way to describe what's happening now. As of now, Mr. Anil Ambani has been, or the loans given to him by two banks, State Bank of India and Canara Bank, have been treated as malfeasance and described as fraudulent loans to him. Similarly, the move today of ED to explore whether there has been any violation of the Prevention of Money Laundering Act also doesn't indicate that the government is supporting him. So I would think that it's probably a conjecture, no more than a conjecture, to say that the Dassault, the manufacturers of Rafale, were prevailed upon to give him the contract, because if you will recall at that point of time, it was soon after the split between the two brothers, and Anil Ambani continued to have a controlling stake in Reliance Telecom, which was at that point of time doing rather well. So if somebody has business experience, telecom certainly is not a manufacturing business, but it was a long experience in running the industrial house, earlier under father's guidance, then later with the other brother.
But Ajay Dua, can you explain one thing to me?
Yes.
How is he managing to get away by bribing, as has been alleged, the officials, including promoter of Yes Bank? And all this money was being given to him, 3,000 crores, between 2017 and 2019.
Yeah.
Right? And he took this money, and then he took out the money, and the borrowers had common addresses, common directors. The money taken from the bank was diverted, Kishore, to promoter group entities, which means within his family.
Right.
So he was circulating money and giving bribes to people who were giving him the money.
Yeah. Good evening to all my panelists. First, I would like to address one point which Mr. Santosh Mehrotra said.
I'd just like to say one thing.
This is something I hate. You know, actually, if you are talking about finance and financial implications of what's happened, let's not start targeting the government. Because as famously the Congress and people like Mr. Santosh Mehrotra, with due respects to him, who have been claiming, the government supports Ambani, Adani. Here is a classic case where the Ambanis have been raided. So let's not talk about the government. That's not the topic of the day.
You can't call this Ambanis, as you know that there is hardly any link there, business-wise, between the two brothers. So
correct. Yeah, I duly agree.
So you're trying to generalize something, which is not right.
No, I'm not generalizing. I'm being very specific that the government favors. These words are not.
No, my point is, Kishore, with no disrespect for Anil Ambani, see, he's been under scrutiny earlier.
Correct.
Now, how has he done something so bad again?
Okay. Arnab, let me explain this part. Now, these are
what gave him the courage to do so?
Okay. Hear me out.
This kind of stuff should have stopped, right?
Yeah, absolutely.
But how is this kind of stuff happening again?
Yeah, I am not here the spokesperson of ADAG, and I am
No, you are not. But I'm saying this sounds like a Vijay Mallya kind of operation, right? Broadly.
Absolutely. But let's be
or worse, because or worse.
Okay, Arnab, hear me out. Let me explain. First of all, the Banking Regulations Act, which is the RBI Act, have certain provisions. For example, if you or me take a loan on 90 days, if you don't pay on the 91st day, there is an automatic reporting called NPA. So these are rules and frameworks under which RBI operates. Today, the ED has searched over 50 locations, 35 premises have been searched. And what is important to understand, these are acquisition at this level. Currently, the tag of fraudulent account, which has been given by SBI and Canara Bank. And by the way, let's not forget that what Canara Bank had accused the ADAC group, was withdrawn later. So what is the final outcome is something we have to wait. I am not defending, but let me say, answering your pointed question, how is he able to get away? This cannot be done by an individual. Let's understand. So there is a bank involved.
I am saying, why should the public pay for anyone else's fraud?
Absolutely.
It's the taxpayer who suffers. We keep saying corporate governance, corporate governance, corporate governance. These people buy land and yachts and gold. The retail investor suffers. There are chaos at bank outlets. We all remember what happened during the NBFC crisis of 2020. The public suffered. By March 2020, deposits plunged to approximately 54%. We remember what happened in that company. I'm talking about Yes Bank. We know what happened there.
Yeah, yes Bank has gone down under the hammer. Today, a Japanese bank is taking over. So the condition is bad, agreed. But you have to understand that there are multiple stakeholders involved. It's not one corporate. There is a credit department. A Canara Bank is a PSU. How did a PSU, without the approval of RBI, sanction large ticket loans?
I don't know. I mean, let Santosh respond to you. I am concerned about siphoning off of public funds, all public funds now at the end of the day, right? That was PSU Bank's public funds, but this is also public funds in a way.
Yeah, it is public funds.
Then what happens to the public, Shriram? What happens to the public? You see, I'm only...
Coming back, Yes Bank in particular, if you see the previous dispensation where the promoter Rana Kapoor was cohorts with and signed off on many loans, including this 3,000 crore loan to the ADAG group. But Yes Bank itself in 2020 was recapitalized by private investors, other banks, SBI, etc. The people who lost out were the depositors did not lose out. The people who lost out were stock market investors of Yes Bank because the stock price tanked and it is still well nigh.
But Shriram, why did it take so long? This Yes Bank scam was 2020. This is 2025. Bit long, no?
So that
for people to realize or come to a
anything,
conclusion.
Investigating agencies need to act pronto because even the SEBI investigation came out only in April 2024, which is last year. SBI and Canara Bank have marked these accounts as fraud only earlier this year. Today, ED has raided. So it's been almost 5 years since even S Bank had
5 years to raid
management.
is too long, right?
Yeah.
5 years to raid is too long, right?
Is very long. And
why has it taken so long is the precise question which I go back to Santosh Mehrotra with. Why is the system taken 5 years to wake up? Why no answers on that? 5 years? Ajay Dua to wake up on this? To say we got to raid Anil Ambani companies?
Yes, indeed, Arnab. It is rather long and it should not have taken that much of time to come to the conclusion that there has been, I use the word malfeasance, till it is established that it is anything more than that. But malfeasance itself
I'm only
is
asking
enough cause for investigation.
Ajay ji, a 55-year-old farmer from Tamil Nadu died by suicide because the loan agents told him that you took a 5 lakh rupee loan, you missed one installment. He said, I have given my land as collateral. The agent says, I will not give you an extension. Then he consumed pesticide and he died. This is the reality in our country. And on the other hand, the great Anil Ambani takes thousands of crores of rupees, thousands, pays a bribe here and there, all allegedly, and passes off the money to promoter companies, and now will hire some expensive lawyers. And we've been fiddling our thumbs for 5 years. Something's not meeting, something's not looking right about this.
See, Arnab, I'm in no difference with you on that subject. It should have been done much earlier. All the investigating agencies, as before, including what has been done today by ED to find out whether there is any money laundering also involved in it, could have been done earlier.
That's good, but why not?
in the inquiry.
Why not? Why not?
Unfortunately, it was
Why not, Shira?
Yes.
Why not? My question is, why not so far?
I think one, as some other panelists said, there is political connections. There is a sense of, I would think, somebody has a stature and the like and is connected politically. So from that perspective, the investigating agencies drag their feet. Two is, unless there is a specific complaint, investigating agencies act very slowly. Three is, the nature of these crimes are also complex crimes. It's not a single loan, as you said, a farmer taking a loan.
Correct.
These are money which are channelized through multiple firms. Tracing these fund transaction itself takes ages, and if it's done offshore, that is out of India.
Then what happens now? I mean, why has he never been investigated? Why has he never been questioned? Why has he never faced that level of interrogation? Will he now be interrogated for hours? Will he be put in custody? These are questions. Is it too dangerous to ask these questions of important corporate, quote-unquote, corporate figures? See, I ask you here, Rana Kapoor, by the way, was in Taloja jail. And I can tell you one thing. You know, when the Congress government put me in jail, Santosh, right? Why did they put me in jail? On a charge which Chandrachud said that there was no case, but they wanted to put me in jail. So they put me in Taloja jail. I tell you a story, Professor Mehrotra. When I went to jail, right, I saw that there were two sets of people. One set of people in Taloja jail who were very uncomfortable and wanted to get out. The second set of people, Kishore, I think I've told you this, are people who were very comfortable inside jail because they were crooks. And there were crooks who were comfortable among crooks. And among those crooks were people who were involved in the DHFL and all these financial scams. They were walking around like they're having a party, playing football in the middle of the jail. They never wanted to come out. They were absolutely comfortable with all the convicts out there.
Yeah, Arnab.
My point is, the DHFL guys, right, went to jail. The Yes Bank promoter went to jail. Is this only a raid we are talking about here, Santosh Mehrotra? Is this only a raid we are talking about here? Because Naresh Goyal, if I'm not mistaken, of Jet Airways, went to jail. Is it a right or a wrong question? Sir?
No, it's a right question. It's a right question, Arnab. I think it's the job of investigative journalists to find out how it has taken 3 to 4 years for this fraud matter, and the fraud amounting to 14,000 crores apparently should come to light and it should be investigated. Now, of course, people in the ED could claim that, oh, we were putting together all the paperwork. There were multiple lenders to ADAG, and because it took us time to put all our papers together. But the fact of the matter is that the investigation should have been done much, much faster. So if it was not done fast enough, was it merely because they were putting papers together, or it leaves open the question, and no one has the answer, is it because of the political connections of the gentleman?
Kishore, he brings back the question twice, you need to answer.
Yeah. Okay. So, Mr. Mehrotra, you have every right to question it. There is nothing wrong. But until and unless some charge is proved, you cannot join the dots backward because it has to be proved. I am not defending. Just hear me out. The way I gave patience and heard you out, please hear me out. Mr. Mehrotra, my point is very simple. These are charges now. I am not defending the company, but I will answer one very important question which Arnab raised, which is that why does it take 5 years? Today, Arnab, in this country, ease of doing business for you and me to get a 1 crore loan, we'll have to submit 100 documents. But if you want to get a 1,000 crore loan, you just need a phone call. That's the sad and the real truth of this country. Man. And the most important thing is that one of my friends, auditor, told me one thing. If you do a 1 crore fraud, you are behind the bars. If you do a 100 crore fraud, there are 100 people to save you. This is the unfortunate truth. I hope this ever changes. But having said that, I would not like to give a judgment. I am not privileged.
Come on, Kishore. Don't walk the fine line. Don't do this. Unlike you, man, you're walking the fine line. Kishore Subramaniam is being a fence sitter tonight. And Kishore, you don't sit well on the fence. You're going to fall like Humpty Dumpty when you sit off the fence.
No.
You're going to have a great Humpty Dumpty fall. You're not a fence sitter by nature.
Yeah.
Why are you fence sitter for Anil Ambani?
No, Arnab, I am not a spokesperson.
Be like Republic. Don't give a damn about people. Just say, speak the truth. Speak the truth. Speak the truth always. Be uninhibited like me.
Okay, if I was a fence sitter, Arnab, I would not be in your show.
No, look at Santosh Mehrotra. He's looking up, heaving, getting irritated listening to you.
He's a very good friend of mine. He's a nice friend. I can call him after this show and tell him.
Okay, ladies and gentlemen, the Anil Ambani mystery continues on the other side tonight. Why I feel India should not play cricket with Pakistan even in the Asia Cup. But more importantly, why I'm terribly angry that the convicts of the Mumbai train blast, even though their acquittal has been reversed, are still not going to go back to jail. And why I disagree with the Honorable Supreme Court of India on that when I'm back.
Time for a quick breather. Arnab will be right back with the debate.
Amity has been ranked amongst the top 3% universities globally, a testimony to Amity's globally benchmarked quality.
पैसा लगाना है तो सेंचुरी प्लाई क्लब प्राइम पे लगाओ, डूबेगा नहीं, जलेगा भी नहीं, कोई खा नहीं जाएगा, धोखा नहीं देगा, ऊपर नीचे भी नहीं होगा, सेफ रहेगा, सिक्योर्ड में मिनिमम 30 साल का रिटर्न देगा। अब इससे बेटर इन्वेस्टमेंट है तो बताओ। सेंचुरी प्लाई क्लब प्राइम, रहो बेफिक्र।
Where the software engineer with a big idea meets the smart market analyst, meets the cool UI UX designer, meets the gifted content writer, meets the talented photographer to create the big dream. The world comes together at Sharda University. So where are you?
I couldn't be more excited to be speaking at Republic's pre-AI Summit on the 25th of July. At this summit, we won't just be discussing what India's AI future could be, but we'll be actually building it together. Join me, other AI leaders, thinkers, builders, as we define India's next AI leader. See you there.
Amity has been ranked amongst the top 3% universities globally, a testimony to Amity's globally benchmarked quality.
Sarah, this is your space, play it your way.
अब छोलिया हो या लोबिया, सफेद चने या काले चने,
सब कुछ मजेदार बने।
Where the software engineer with a big idea meets the smart market analyst, meets the cool UI UX designer, meets the gifted content writer, meets the talented photographer to create the big dream. The world comes together at Sharda University. So where are you?
I'm excited to be a part of the Republic AI Pre-Summit on July 25th, where we'll discuss India's AI lead, the innovations, the impact, and the future of artificial intelligence in shaping a new India.
Abhinav Agarwal, co-founder and CEO at Fluid AI. And I'm excited to be a part of the Republic AI pre-summit happening on the 25th of July. We're going to talk all things AI, innovations, the breakthroughs, what's India going to be like in this story. So be there. It's a build-up to the mega event, the Mega AI Summit. And I look forward to seeing you there.
I'm excited to be a part of the Republic AI pre-summit on July 25th, where we will be discussing the India's AI leap, the innovations, the impact, and the future of AI in shaping a new India.
I'm really excited to be a part of Republic AI pre-summit on 25th of July, where we discuss India's AI.
From the Republic Media Network headquarters, it's time for Arnab Goswami on the debate. Arnab Goswami on the debate.
And now, ladies and gentlemen, time for the nation's sharpest opinion. And I would like to begin by saying tonight that once again, extremely politely and with the greatest of humility, I would, with all my conviction, question what the Supreme Court of India has done today once again. I would like to question why the Supreme Court, while staying a Bombay High Court judgment, acquitting all the 12 convicts in the 7/11 Mumbai train blast case of 2006, also said that the released men, seen there so happy, celebrating, need not go back to jail. I do not understand this. These men have not been acquitted. Their acquittal has been stayed, which means that as of today, they continue to be convicts in the Mumbai train blast case. 189 people died. These are the men who are certainly more than in the arrow of suspicion. They have been convicted by a lower court, which means as of today, they have not been acquitted in a case in which 189 citizens of India died. They are therefore convicted in a case of terrorism. And today they are celebrating, happy, oh so happy to be with their families. But they know, all of these people celebrating, they know that 189 families were torn apart because of their actions. And I will continue to say this till they are acquitted. Because of their actions, 189 people allegedly lost their lives in 2006, and they are back. And the Supreme Court said today that while they are staying the acquittal, which means they remain convicts, for some strange reason, for some reason I don't understand, for some reason I disagree with the Supreme Court with, the Supreme Court says they will remain free. What kind of a country are we, ladies and gentlemen, where people who have not been acquitted and who therefore continue to be convicted in one of the biggest terrorist cases in our country are going to be sitting at home, watching TV, going to the mall, going to fancy restaurants, eating well, sleeping well, being with their families? If this is not special treatment, then what is? If this is not special treatment, then what is special treatment? I ask you viewers today, just let's add simple, rational thought to this. If in America, you had people convicted in 9/11 who'd been acquitted by one of the appellate courts, but whose acquittal was to be stayed by the Supreme Court of America, which means they remain convicted. They remain under investigation. They remain under trial, but they remain convicted. Would all the convicts not acquitted roam around shopping in Manhattan and celebrating their freedom? This country's constitution gives me absolute right to disagree. Not with the decision to stay the acquittal by the Supreme Court, but to disagree with the decision of the Supreme Court that the released men need not return to jail. This is a country where a common man gets stuck in jail for 50 years and is released when he turns 104. When it is said that the case never existed, his wife has died, his children have died, his life is over. And that's the man out there, ladies and gentlemen. He got stuck in jail for 50 years. When he came out, his life was almost over. Then the court says to him, you're so old, you're 104 years old, go away. But doesn't give him justice. And on the other, ladies and gentlemen, 189 people died in the 7/11 Mumbai train blast case. And while the acquittal of these people has been stayed, they're out there celebrating with their families, and they will not go back to jail. And then we say, we must be tough on terrorism. When the courts debate technicalities and evidence, terrorists don't. We must remember always, yesterday in Gujarat, the Gujarat Anti-Terrorist Squad, just yesterday, arrested 4 men who are linked to the Al-Qaeda. There they are. So are we saying that terrorism is over in this country? And we are told that no, the people who are convicted in the 7/11 Mumbai train blast case will not go back to jail. If they won't go back to jail, who should? A petty thief? Or someone who's been wrongly accused in a minor case? But they should not go back to jail. Why? Why should they get special treatment? The nation wants to know. In Kashmir, 250 overground terror workers have been picked up in the aftermath of Operation Sindoor. Al-Qaeda operatives in our country are still recruiting online in Delhi, Ahmedabad, Noida. Can we, as a country, afford to send a message that botched probes are forgiven and forgotten? You see, these things make us extremely angry. And while these people celebrate, I ask you tonight, as a citizen of India to another, who speaks for the 189 people who died in the Mumbai train blast case? I respect the courts greatly, but with the greatest of respect, justice should not be seen to be done in a vacuum. And justice should be seen to be done. But if justice is seen to be done in a vacuum, it raises even more serious questions. And if nobody else, then Republic will question it. Let's debate.
Three days after the Bombay High Court acquitted 12 accused in the 2006 Mumbai train blast case, the Supreme Court heard the matter and decided to give a stay order, but with a catch. The 12 acquitted accused who have also been released will not be re-arrested.
Appearing for the Maharashtra government, Solicitor General Tushar Mehta argued in the Supreme Court that the state is not seeking to get the 12 acquitted men back to the jail. Instead, he raised concerns about certain legal findings in the Bombay High Court's acquittal order that could affect the future MCOCA trials. And he also argued that the Bombay High Court's order should not be treated as a precedent. Now, given that the argument was based on a question of law, taking note, the Supreme Court then decided to stay that particular part of the High Court's order and issued a notice on the main appeal.
The Maharashtra government, welcoming the ruling, said that it is significant that this judgment won't be treated as a precedent.
देखिए, इस बात का सेटिस्फैक्शन है कि सुप्रीम कोर्ट ने स्टे दिया है, क्योंकि लोअर कोर्ट का जो जजमेंट था उसमें सभी अपराधियों को सजा दी गई थी। हाई कोर्ट ने उनको बरी कर दिया, इसलिए महाराष्ट्र सरकार सुप्रीम कोर्ट आई थी और आज सुप्रीम कोर्ट ने उसके ऊपर स्टे लगाया है। मैं ऐसा मानता हूं कि ये बहुत सही कदम है।
However, questions are now being asked. If the ruling cannot be treated as a precedent, was there special approach taken in this case that led to the release of the 12 accused? In a nation torn by terror, where just yesterday Gujarat AQIS busted a terror module of Al-Qaeda, was there a soft approach in the 2006 Mumbai train blast case that led to the overturn of the judgment?
जो रेल ब्लास्ट में जिन लोगों की जान चली गई, उन्हें बहुत दुख होना बिल्कुल स्वाभाविक है, लेकिन बड़ी एक चौंकाने वाली बात है कि जिस सेशन कोर्ट ने 5 अभियुक्तों को फांसी की सजा दी थी, 7 अभियुक्तों को आजीवन कारावास की सजा दी थी, वो सभी सबूत मुंबई हाई कोर्ट ने ठुकरा दिए। इसका मतलब कुछ तो कमियां थी क्या नहीं, इसका संशोधन राज्य सरकार जरूर करेगी।
Questions are being raised on the probe itself under the then Congress governments. However, Congress MP Abhishek Manu Singhvi said we'll look at the quality of justice instead.
The pride we must feel in our country, in the most disgusting, horrible, terrible, condemnable event of such terrible deaths, ghastly deaths. Look at the trial and the quality of justice these people have got. Full trial at the first level and longer trial in the second level, and now no doubt the Supreme Court will go into it in detail. So it's not the right idea to talk about sub judice merits. The right idea is to think of how great our system is, that it gives you a fair crack of the whip.
Meanwhile, the AIMIM is questioning the Maharashtra government's appeal to begin with.
बीजेपी से और केंद्र सरकार से पूछना चाह रहे हैं कि कल अगर मालेगांव ब्लास्ट में और महाराष्ट्र सरकार से मालेगांव ब्लास्ट में अगर कल वो भी रिजर्व फॉर जजमेंट हो, मिसाल के तौर पर मान लिया जाए जो नहीं होना चाहिए, अगर कोर्ट डिसाइड करेगा कि वो एक्यूज्ड एक्विट हो गए, तो अपील करेंगे आप?
19 years since the blast, the fight for justice continues. The only question that remains is, when will the victims get justice?
Okay. Atikur Rahman and Abdul Razak, you must be very happy with this verdict, because the convicts in the Mumbai train blast case will be staying at home watching serials and going to movie halls and going to malls. All life is normal. They'll celebrate their freedom.
What are you feeling? What are you feeling?
Arnabji, this is not the first time, right?
They'll be celebrating their freedom.
You know that this is not the first time, right?
You are questioning the Supreme Court. You want
Arnabji, this is
justice or
not the first time,
victimization?
right?
Both of you don't speak
you
together.
failed
I have
to
a right to disagree with the Supreme Court. Yeah. What are you saying, Atik? Stop. Tell me.
You need justice or you need victimization.
I need
You are
justice.
questioning the
I need
Supreme
justice
Court
or I
saying
need
that
what?
it should
What did
be
you say?
limited.
I want
Real
justice or
estate.
I want what?
Victimization. Victimization.
Victimization. Okay, let me tell you one thing.
Victimization.
Let me say one thing to you. Suppose you carry out a murder and the court says that you're a murderer. Okay? Then you go to the High Court